Well, for this second round, it's going to be in the dry. Starting order is going to be a reverse grid from the first heat, and also with one exception, the last two places in the A lobby is going to be relegated down to the B lobby, and the top two drivers in the B lobby is gonna be put into the A lobby, and the ones from the B lobby going up into the A lobby is going to start last and second to last, while the rest of the grid is going to be reversed. So it's really going to be interesting to see, without the weight ballast, how the car is going to react. We've seen the Lamborghini and also the Porsche doing really well. Even the Lamborghinis with plus 6% weight penalty doing really well. And also see both the AMG Mercedes struggling really hard in the wet, and also the Jaguar and also Supra struggling a lot in the wet. So no weight ballast, dry conditions, and also a reverse grid. So a lot of points up for grabs, and it's gonna be fun. I wasn't talking too much during the first heat because it was so exciting. Looking at all the cars in the wet, just racing really fiercely, and also really fairly. I was expecting a lot more incidents. And also, yeah, you get to start on, you have a free choice of tire compound, but you still have to use 2 different compounds during the race, and the race is only 18 laps, so there's going to be a pit stop somewhere in the middle there. I haven't gotten any information of how the tires work on this track. It's a very long track, 1 minute and 40 seconds in the wet, so it's going to be interesting to see how the soft and the super softs are going to hold up.
I'm back with you, Mixter. Thanks for holding out there. You may have seen...
Yeah, I was quiet for about 3-4 minutes and before I knew what to talk about.
That's all right. Just appreciate the views. Watch the cars go by. You know, it's quite relaxing. We've had a start time up. It is going to be in the next minute or so. I don't know if you could see that from my broadcast, but we are due to start in the next minute. I don't know if you can see my chat currently, but Egerlanders says, "Go Mixter," and he asked if it was a good first race. It was brilliant. Thank you, Egerlanders.
Yeah, it was super exciting.
Would love to have seen you in it, mate.
At least the people watching the stream can actually hear the sound of the cars and just watching B-roll of the cars.
You're deprived.
I'm just sitting here, no sound, and it's just awkward. Being all quiet.
No awkwardness here, man. I guess that's the thing, you're feeling a dead air, whereas for these guys, they're getting like Lamborghini growls puncturing their ears. So
yeah,
it's really not so bad this end, don't worry. I was just quick looking there, so West got P9. So we're going to see him, I think, if I'm right, on the front 2 rows. Maybe 3rd row if he's unlucky. But it depends kind of how they filter in the B lobby drivers, who I guess will be on the front row. We're going to find out. The race is starting. Thank you, everyone.
No, they're going to be starting last.
Really? The B drivers start last? Okay. So that's their... Thank you. That's the thing
Their
I
bonus
needed to
is
clarify.
that they... Yeah, their bonus is that they actually get to start in A lobby.
That's a good distinction. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Also, Java, hello. We're back online. I haven't been on all day, don't worry. This is a separate broadcast. This is the Swedish Racing League. And you're about to watch the final round, round 9 at Spa. Second race today at Spa, the first in the wet. We're now in the dry. We're just waiting for the green light as Tornroth, thanks to the reverse grid, is on pole. Tubber joins him on the second row. It's green. It's a good start. No wheel spin from the front two guys, but there's the Mercedes breaking through already. Erdin straight into the lead, and West, our championship contender, really.
Brilliant start.
Exactly what he needed to do.
West.
And he is really out for a win here. West needs nothing but a win because he is trailing Eraser by pretty much 120 points, and he needs all 160 points available to even have a chance of securing that title, because Eraser has done everything he can now to have enough points gap to secure this one. So Erdin, again, brilliant start, holds the lead at the end of the Camel Straight for the first time. West closely behind, Tub in third. All the guys together still. Fearpelin and Swoil bringing up fourth and fifth, close together. It's so packed in here, I'm not going to know where to look. Eraser now in sixth. He's done well because he'd have been starting very low down on the grid. He knows he also needs to move forward and basically cover his championship with as many points as he can. In his current position, he's absolutely golden for the championship.
Commander there going super wide as well, almost crashing, but it managed to keep his position at least.
Yeah, and you can just see how much more aggressive the racing can be in these dry conditions, as Gravender pretty much runs it out to the edge of the track there. T5 Black is already in ninth. Keep an eye on T5. He is our joint contender with West, really, for the second and third in the championship. So we're looking for a battle between those two guys. West hanging on to second place, really making a statement at the start. Then it looks like
you can see Solon there in 12th position is really struggling here.
Yeah, struggling, having obviously started at the back because of his win, but I mean, even then, the two B-class finishers, one of those has already made their way past, which I think is T5. So, as you say, really not an ideal run. Let's quickly jump to the front of the grid. We've got Erdin commanding the field at the moment. First time we've really seen him get to run in clean air, and he's making the most of it because West slightly under pressure here from Tubber, who we saw in the last race looked super competitive. So this is kind of a breakaway moment for Erdin. Thank you for the follow, guys. Welcome to the channel. Enjoy this race. It's the last in the series. We're just looking for an all-out sprint fight here over 18 laps. We're expecting a fuel, maybe tyre change as well. We'll have to see what kind of strategy these guys are on and how aggressive that is. We're getting cheers for Eraser, we're getting cheers for T5 and Swirl. Push, 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 push is the message.
All the Lamborghinis seems to be pushing now. Is Eraser trying to go up on the inside of Spoil? Did he make it?
Quickly gonna have a look for you.
He made it.
It looks like it. Let's see if we can capture that. I'm just watching Fearpen there. He's also having a look at Tubber, and I think he's made it stick. That push really would have to hang on the outside line to defend. No, he's let it go. Great move from Fearpen. Let's see, can we bring that move that you spotted?
Doing a late dive there up and into the inside.
Wow, and
but
makes
super
it stick.
clean.
Yeah, makes it stick. And although those Lamborghinis look similar, I do think they're rival teams, those guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. But,
yes, they're from two different teams. Team Repsol and Team Redline.
Awesome.
But Spoil has made both deliveries and they're super similar. And I gave him some dirt on that.
Yeah.
Because it's confusing the commentators.
Yeah, it gives us a slightly more difficult job to do. We've got questions on what tyres they're on, so let's quickly look through the field and let you know that as best I can.
I think super softs, everyone.
However, Erdin is starting on the softs. What a breakaway on the soft tyres. So maybe going for a shorter pit stop. He's done well to keep first, I was going to say, to now. Defends second. From the pressure there of Fearpen, who is on a charge. Sorry, am I mixing?
He knows that the Eraser is really eyeing for that top three. He needs to get moving really fast. And you can see there he's going up on the inside.
So really interesting strategy from West because, sorry, I was saying Erdin, it's West on the soft tyres. I'm confusing everyone here. And now obviously creating this kind of block for the two Lamborghinis who do not want to hang around here over Radion. And I mean, he's going to have to work hard to hold this one off. I think we're going to see a lot of pressure here. We will go back to the tyre situation, but right now we've got to keep our eyes on this battle. It's Firapennen followed by Razor, both looking to make a move on West, who is making some kind of a strategic statement maybe here with the soft tyres. We don't know what the wear rate goes like in these conditions. It's the first time we've seen them racing here, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that as it develops. That's a late push from Firapennen. He has to wait any more there, and I think we'd see the Jaguar going sideways, which is bad news for all of the guys. I daren't look away. It's just brimming over at the minute. I think maybe now Firapennen knows he's going to just line up the opportunity, get the run out of an acceleration zone. Possibly on that long run into the bus stop, unless his exit here is strong. It's looking good at the moment. On board, Firapennen hints at the inside, but West is quick to shut the door. And we look behind and it's a Razor similarly close, so a single slip from Firapennen could change it either way here. And Erdin again being reined in on the super softs. I'm really staggered at the pace of these guys. I think we're showing the effect of the slipstream as well. If you can stay within that kind of golden second and a half, it seems to neutralise the effect of the tyre grip more than I'd have thought actually. So could this be a stroke from West that comes back to him later in the race into the braking zone, back on camera because a Razor.
You can see a Razor diving up on the inside.
Yeah, and all the while stopping Firapennen make a charge on West.
Somebody spun. Somebody spin.
Let's keep an eye out.
Did Swoil spin?
Is it Swoil?
Or did he catch that?
Do you know what? Let's have a replay. We'll try and track it for you.
I just saw a rear wing going all over the place.
So the front four go in all together. Did someone lose it here? Oh, it was. Two. Both drivers.
Nice catch.
Flinging it left and right, like no problem. Yeah, Swoil maintains fifth, so nothing too dramatic there. I'm going to cut back to the leaders. Again, I'm going to try and give you some tyre information, but every time I do, the action picks up. So, super softs. Put Erdin there. West running softs, pursued by this battle, which has kicked off again because I think a Razor has made the move on Firapennen. Difficult to tell the two apart, but I think that is a Razor having made the move.
Yeah, Razor made the pass.
Great job done. So that's Firapennen down into fourth, fifth. Swoil followed by
FrankLucid's going quite slowly here.
Oh, we've had
Thank
the
you, Hyperio08 for tipping £15.
Solid, moving up in the world.
Your awesome work casting
7.
SRL.
Thank you so much to Hyperio. I'm going to interrupt the broadcast. He's just donated to the channel. A mighty 15 put down by you. Thank you so much. He says, for your awesome work casting SRL. Mate, that's incredibly generous. Thank you. Glad you're here. Glad you're watching. I haven't got the on-screen notifications live just to keep the broadcast clear, but I wanted to acknowledge that because that's a generous donation. Thank you so much. Everything counts for this. Every donation goes back into the stream as best I can, so much appreciated. Hope I can keep bringing you battles because there is a 3-car Furore happening here, and West is saying, nah, my soft tyres are good enough to hold you boys off. He's got a double attack from the Lamborghini, and he's finally been broken by a Razor who gets the move done. Lovely job. I'm going to try and go on board with the Razor on that move, but we need to stay with the guys here because into the hairpin, another strong braking zone. Can West fend off Firapennen, who's equally keen to use those super softs? Alright, we're going to try and bring that back for you before the battle commences. So it's a Razor. He actually gets an overspeed there through the left king. Doesn't look like the move is on and just says, do you know what, mate? I've got the braking. You're not going to block me. Job done. Really nice work, and actually gets
good decisive move.
Yeah, gets the block on the exit, so there's no comeback there for the undercut. And yeah, straight back to the action. I feared this was going to happen. Well, feared is the wrong word. I'm happy it's happening. And we're having...
not getting that decisive overtake yet. He's really struggling to overtake West.
He is. He's just not able twice now. Sorry, I'm on spoil there. Fear Pennant. We've seen him trying on a Razor, and now... Yeah, same problem with West. He just hasn't quite been able to make the move stick. And we've seen a Razor go by Fear Pennant, now to P2. Bearing in mind, as Mitch points out, pretty much from back of the grid to second now, ahead of West. That is a crazy progression when you think about how far back he was. So, obviously made a lot of ground on the early laps, but to be now ahead of West, now we know West is on the soft tyres, so that could yet change. Really good run, no less, and Solon now showing his speed. He's up to 6th. Tubber in 7th, followed by T5 Black. So Tubber seems to have dropped back off the front row, I believe, if I've got that right. T5 moving forward a little, but maybe not making the ground he needs. Currently, this gives West 2nd in the championship. A Razor, I mean, looks incredibly strong to win the championship where he is right now, under no significant threat at the moment. Tornroth rounds up P9, closely followed by Scanningen in P10. These two very similarly paced guys. They've had some great fights in both races by the looks of it. Also fights going on with the Jaguar, Stiligadan, Gravender. Gravender maybe hoping for a slightly stronger result here. We know he's got good pace. And then Tobber, am I right in saying?
Gravender has been driving.
Tobby?
Gravender has been driving really well. He's just been quite unlucky these few last races.
It's very true. I mean, he had a great result last race, we'll give him credit, and he's now been filed back on the grid. It looks like he's now on as much of a charge as he can be from that position. We're only a third through the race, despite all of the grid reversal that's been going on. So let's keep an eye. Can he carry the momentum here? We're on board. Looking at the move, Stiligadan here. Looks to the outside, has to duck out, knows it's maybe not the one. There is an opportune move on the outside there if you're willing to go 2x2, but I think both cars suffering, and I think we've seen a move for the lead. I don't know if we can catch it on the cameras, but I've just noticed a Razor has now made his way to the front. Is that a mistake? Is that a move? Can we get the... We've just missed it. I think he's got the run down the Kemmel straight there and just carried the speed. Whether Erdin presented an opportunity, I cannot tell. Sorry that we just missed that. We were looking at battles further back. What's also happened is West has dropped back behind Fear Pennant now, so the soft tyres, although showing longer tyre life, they're just not carrying any competitive pace to the super softs. So how is West going to use that soft tyre later? Is he going to, you know, make a few seconds in the pits? Is that enough? I really don't know how that's going to play out yet. Soil soaking up, well, not soaking up the pressure, applying the pressure to West, and it looks like he could be on for a move here if we can get the forward facing camera Gran Turismo. Oh, he's not quite got the run there, maybe considering his options. Is anyone going for a 2-stop? If they are, we'd see the pit now, but no, it looks like they're going...
You can see West there overshooting the chicane, but still managing to hold on to that 5th position. Svold is really struggling. Isn't going to be able to make it down into Rouge.
Yeah, he's got it at the hairpin.
Oh, he made it even in the hairpin.
Yeah, he didn't have to wait. Swirl doesn't wait. We know Swirl doesn't wait.
No.
And now we're going to see Solon tracking these two up the hill. Erdin is now behind Fear Pennant. We did see that battle happening. So Fear Pennant into second. Looks like the two Lamborghinis, well, it looks like many of the Lamborghinis making progress here. We know it is a strong car in dry conditions, and it proved to be strong in the wet. So not a shock to see this car performing well here. Let's watch West. Oh, as he gets his braking very late.
He had to duck out.
Brilliantly held. It looked like more of an incident was going to happen than it did. Don't know if it's worth us just a quick check on board there. So on board with West. Maybe thought there was a line and just saw that gap closed slightly later on the brakes. I have to say, really well done. That could have been 2 wheels in the gravel and no stopping.
Yeah, Svoy just left him a precise amount of room just for him to go up on the curb and not hitting the grass.
Yeah, great point. Actually, we've seen a car go
Someone
wide.
went off.
Swirl just possibly gets
what are
it
you doing?
wrong. Swirl trying a new line, rallycross at Spa. And those dirty tyres are not going to want to stop here, so I'm going to stay with the action. I will try and catch a replay of that just to see if he was helped or whether that was purely driver error there. He's now defending from the attention of Solon and just lets that place go. Maybe needs to get his rhythm back. Quick check on whether on board with Swoil here. Is it just 2 wheels on the rough stop? No, it's sideways. Too much speed. Maybe distracted.
Too much speed and it didn't hit the apex.
Yeah. Simple error, but it has cost him a position. T5 now in 7th, and he is tracking the leaders. This is one to watch. He's on the super softs, like many of the guys are. West is currently the only driver we've tracked to be on softs. Here we go. So it looks like either an early one stop.
Pitting.
We're going to have to see the fuel levels here. Are they going to fuel to the end?
I think they will.
Yeah, you'd think, you know, they're forced on a particular starting amount of fuel, so they are going to be limited to how far they can go in the race. The amount of fuel they take here is really
This is going to be interesting.
So
this
now
is going to be really interesting because they have to start on. No, they have to race on 2 different sets of tires. So everybody's going to go on softs, and
Right.
West, who has already been
right.
driving on softs, is going on super softs.
Good bit of clarification, thank you, because the guys who have now come out on super softs may be pitting for another set of tyres still, if that's the rule. If they haven't started on softs and they've come out on super softs, we've got to expect it's an aggressive 2-stop strategy versus what could be some 1-stops if these guys can make the fuel last. And it looks like West wants to go as deep into this stint as he can and split the race in half. Obviously then trying to keep those super softs alive for the remainder of the race. So there's still a challenge for West here. He hasn't got himself in the clear. And who is currently on his tail? I haven't got the names up. It's Solon. So is Solon... He's also running the softs. So we're seeing these 2 running the soft strategy first. Wow.
That's interesting.
So everything we thought about this race might just have got flipped in the manner of the pancake. And everything we knew might now be upside down. But you know, I'm keen to see how it plays out. And we've got Firapelin now behind Swoil, which suggests that Swoil either hasn't pitted or he has because the tyres are fresh, but is maybe on a different strategy to Firapelin, who's put way more fuel in. He's fuel to the end. You're seeing a 1-stop from Firapelin here. Swoil on what I think could be a 2-stop because he's going to want to go back on the super
It must be
softs.
a 2-stop.
Yeah.
That fuel is not going to last him 10 laps.
Yeah, absolutely right. Wow, there's so much to track here. Egerlanders, good luck for your race. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. We got some yellow flags. I'm going to see if I can track what's going on. Oh, there's been a disaster somewhere here. I'm going to try and trigger a replay. We'll see if we can catch this for you. I'm really guessing here. There's 2x2. This looks like a likely culprit. I'm looking ahead on the radar. There's a car in the chicane. Has he lost it? It looked like maybe... Is it West? Is it Solon? I'm going to try one more time, guys. I'm going to see if I can get this for you.
I think it was a Lamborghini.
I'd love for us to get it one more time. Can we get it? Oh, it was the Lamborghini. Oh!
Whoop! What happened there?
Oh, huge incident. I'm just going to try and watch it again, guys. Too much.
I think it was going in.
Here we go. We found it. So it's Solon on the outside. West on the inside. Needs to pit. And realises there's no more room. West has nowhere to go. I know this is replay central, but I might try and watch this from West's point of view here. And then I will return to the action because I know there's stuff happening. West currently here. Let's look at it from his point of view. Takes the inside. He's going to have to turn left. And it's the Lamborghini has already lost control. So it's not West's...
Solon spun out.
Yeah. So West just had nowhere to go. A bit of a passenger. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, because that could have confused me entirely. The disaster is the two guys, both on the soft one-stop potentially strategy, even two-stop, their run has just been compromised, especially the run of Solon there. West looked like he kind of got off lightly and maybe lost a second. So, I don't think Solon meant to cause that. I think he just lost control of his Lamborghini. There was no even certainty he was going to pit. I mean, that could have been the case, but I mean, possibly he realised he had to pit, but by that time his Lamborghini had lost control, so really unintentional, I think. Just awful luck and timing to have West there on his inside. Oh my goodness, now what's going to happen? Because now a Razor, Swirl and Fear Pennant have kind of been handed a bit of a gift there. We'll have to see where it puts West in the grand scheme. And has West, who's under pressure from T5, West needs all the points he can get here because T5 is the next runner in the championship behind West. They're separated by 21 points. A mere 2 positions could be enough between them to swap them round. So it's in West's favour at the moment. West is the leader of the 2 drivers, currently second in the championship. We check tyres and fuel. We can maybe start to understand what's going on. So this is West. And more fuel. It looks like T5 Black. So
Looks like they're going for a one-stop, both of them.
It does.
It seems that T5 also started on softs.
now one of these drivers has got significantly less fuel than the other, so it'd be interesting to see whether that's an oversight, whether that's strategic, whether one of them is actually underfueled and having to recover now. If West is underfueled, he's now going to be on fuel save to the max, and that's going to give T5 West knowing he lost some time as well. I'm wondering whether he had to shift his strategy. Is Solon still in pits? Blue flag on the start line. Has Solon called it a day? Great spot. He isn't. He's now out. What's happening here?
He's still in the fight.
He is still in the fight. I'll check for you in a moment if a driver is off the lead lap or close to. That could make things interesting. So Solon is now at the back of a train. This is simply the result of that incident because he had to recover that Lamborghini out of the gravel. He kind of had a double incident there. If I track back, Tornroth is the runner at the back, so no. The blue flags either mean we've lost a driver from the standings, which I didn't see, if so, or we've just seen a glitch maybe. It's really hard to know, so yeah, sorry guys, can't actually give you a good answer there, but hopefully all drivers are on track and doing alright. So Solon now having to fight back. He's got through scanning it already, and it looks like he's straight into a battle ground and around the outside. Has he got the move done before the chicane? Beautifully done. I mean, Solon here, I'm pretty much seeing 3 cars on the same lap. This guy is on a mission after what we just saw. Let's go back and try and go on board with the action. So he gets a car coming out onto the final run into the bus stop. What happens ahead here? Because he is in no position to take this. It's side by side. The 2 cars make contact. Oh, it's heavy on the brakes.
Yeah, they brake. He
Car
has to
goes
dodge.
wide. Tobber has nowhere to go. Oh, I see what you mean, Tobber and Tobber. Yeah, I fully understand the confusion. And just says, you know what, boys, have a fight. See you later. I'm getting on with my race.
Yeah, Solon had to ditch out of that. He couldn't steer inwards because the car was pushing outwards. So I don't think the stewards are even, like, if somebody mentions it, they're gonna look at it, but I think it's going to be fine. He didn't have the whole car over the line, and he was really like dodging an accident.
Yeah, you could say almost compromised by it because there was every chance he'd have got locked in and slowed down there. That was very opportune driving. We're seeing T5 Black. Now, because of pit stops, some guys may owe 1 more stop, so we can't take this result yet. But Eraser and Fear is still running strongly at the head of the field. T5 is now up in 3rd. And again, if I check fuel levels, T5, I believe, has the fuel to finish. So he's not under great disadvantage. What I'm interested to see is what's happening to West here, who, as I said before, because he's running less fuel, is he off the pace? He's on the super softs now, so I wouldn't be expecting too much of a shocker, but he's also behind Erdin here, and I don't know whether Erdin is dropping back or whether Erdin has got involved in these battles, but for West, this is really the championship decider in the making, because West needs more than one position. Black needs more than one position over West to give him a chance of getting enough of the 21 points he needs to steal second in the championship. West cannot afford to be dropping any more places. At the current time, if we look at the existing standings, it's 20 points, so actually West is safe, but absolutely not safe based on what we've seen so far. So any more of a gap between these drivers could see T5 running into second in the championship at the very, very last. Whoa! Where do I look next? Quick check back on Solon. He's made ground, he's taken the position from Tubber. Scanningen now running ahead of Tobber, so I don't know if I've got this right, but I have a feeling that Tobber and Gravender have battled their way backwards here. We've just seen them scrapping for every bit of track, and I think everyone else around has said, you know what, guys, crack on, man. We're gonna steam ahead. So really,
yeah, that might just be the case.
Yeah, really interesting. Maybe they're just enjoying the battles. There's nothing to lose for some of these guys. They're having a good fight. It's great to see the competitive spirit. I wouldn't want to see it any other way. Eraser heads the field by nearly 7 seconds. He is currently on some super soft tyres on low fuel. And look, Firapennen looks like he has a car to go to the finish. However, his tyres will be showing signs of wear, those soft tyres. So
Eraser put on super softs again.
Yeah, so Eraser owes a pit stop, I believe. I think it's a very aggressive double stint here against Firapennen, who is now kind of the remaining one-stopper after we saw West kind of get dropped a little bit temporarily. West has climbed up to 4th. He has taken Erdin off the cameras there. So he's done well to track T5 Black, and may just check how that gap is looking. Black looks clear. West clear of Erdin, who... Oh, there looks like there might have been a mistake somewhere here, because Erdin is already back behind Swoil. Really didn't expect
What tires
that.
does Swoil have?
So Swoil... super softs, and looks like he's got fuel.
He's on super softs.
So Swirl was what I had lined up for a double stop.
Yeah,
However,
he started on super softs. He went into the pit lane, put on softs and fuel, and then only drove a few laps.
Yeah, and he's got the attention
And then he pit.
now of Erdin, who's trying to fight
again.
back. So Swirl owes a stop, and so he could.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. So has he done a short stint?
He started on
sorry.
He started on super soft, did a short stint on softs,
Brilliant
and now he's on
observation.
super softs again.
Well spotted. I was so distracted by the move from Erdin, I think I kind of missed the gist of what you were saying. You're absolutely right. So he's just charging on super softs now. Hence you're seeing him make the ground. So Virapannen's now in the lead. Did Eraser pit? I didn't see Eraser going to the pits.
Check his fuel. He was on red blinking fuel. Yeah, he's
He
pitted.
has. There's no drama.
He's put on his last set.
This has put him just behind T5. T5 being on older tyres. Yeah, Eraser did pit. Thank you, Mitch. Can't look the right way for trying. But the battle is on. This is what we need to know now. Virapennen, the outright leader. Fresh tyres for Eraser, and he's already saying, I've got this, Black. Don't fight me right now. T5 may now want to use that Lamborghini to keep some pace ahead of West, who is the chasing car in the championship. West will hold on to his second position as it stands, I believe, if my maths is something correct. So Swoil looks like... Oh, Erdin's dropped back again. We've not seen it on cameras, but Erdin I'm afraid has had a serious run of bad luck here. He's gone kind of from P3 and 4 down to P8 with the run of things here. We know he didn't pit because we saw him battling in turn 1. Right, Virpanen is going to change tyres. I don't believe he needs much fuel. So he isn't going to stay out on the 1 stop like I predicted. Question is, where are the leaders? So the glitchy blue flag seems to be a pit stop drama. We've got a wide west in the chicane, trying to clean his tyres up. And this is what we need to know. Virpanen is marginally ahead, but will not have the same acceleration down the hill. It's a really tough run down into Eau Rouge out of the pit lane. And as you can see, a Razor, I mean, this is his opportunity. If he's going to get one, Virpanen will have gone onto the super softs, I believe, having run the softs just now. Can a Razor capitalise? Yeah, the camel straight here.
He's trying to hold the inside. Super hard inside.
Oh, but it looks like the outside move was on. Not quite.
Oh, he managed to hold on to first position.
Well held. There's tyre squeal. It looks like Virpanen's on the limit. Virpanen needs as much of a gap as he can to erase him now.
Nerves of steel.
Yeah, fair play.
Virpanen.
Unfortunately, my replays have given up. I'm going to see if I can reset it. I may have just ran out of replay capability here. Let's, I'll try and trigger it one last time. Yeah, it looks like replays are done, so we're just going to go with live only to the end. Good old Gran Turismo. We'll still manage to catch what we can. Brilliant. So we're looking at Swoyle hounding West at the moment. It's not the battle I was expecting to track, but these two are pretty close on the road. I'm going to cut ahead because a Razor is still pressuring Virpanen, but at the minute the gap looks stable. We'll keep an eye on that because West really under pressure. This whole lap, Swoyle, I mean, he's keen to go.
Yes. Swoyle is pushing really hard. He needs to pass and get the downforce to keep the life of his tires.
He does. I was going to try and do a tyre comparison here, but so yeah, West with older tyres, hence you're seeing Swoyle make the move. Lovely job. Nothing too dramatic as long as both drivers make their braking points into the bus stop chicane. We've only got 4 more laps as they cross the line. Has Virpanen made the gap? It is consistent, and he has managed to creep up to nearly a second, but Razor has the pace, has the speed, has the car under him to make this a fight to the end, and it'll be interesting to see if Virpanen's recent pit stop gives him enough grip and the fresh tyres to kind of fend him off. Yeah, good shout in chat. Solon has made a pretty incredible comeback based on that. He's now in 6th
I was
again.
looking at that as well.
Wow. I mean, if there was a Driver of the Day award, he'd be competing for it right now. We've got a battle again. It's Swoyle on the inside of West. West will not let this go. West is doing the outside move. I mentioned it earlier. If you get the outside there's an inside line into part 2, and then the third turn, he's actually hung on with those tyres.
You can see Swoyle, he's losing downforce.
Yeah, really burning up the what were fresher tyres, but at this rate, guys, the Swoyle's gonna be on a knife edge in that Lamborghini in the dirty air of the Jaguar. West cannot afford to lose this position anyway. Swoyle, if you don't already know, is 4th in the championship on our current maths, and he's a solid 50 or so points off. So he does need a few positions on T5 to gain that position, T5 being 3rd in the championship, but every position now is a change in points.
These guys are just going back and forth.
They're loving it. I think they know this is the last 4 laps of their series.
Oh yes,
Incredible
going
stuff.
side by side for 3 turns. These guys are not giving up.
Nothing to give,
West
nothing to
dropping
take.
back a few car lengths.
Maybe, despite West's impressive hanging on there, just the middle sector would have been the most punishing on that car in his current situation. Quick check at the front, because I can see 2 Lamborghinis close together, but I think it's just both guys navigating the chicane that exaggerates that, not the drama I was expecting there, but is there going to be a fight into the last 2 laps? A Razor with a more aggressive turn in. Swoyle and West are still battling. Solon did need to pit. There is a catch in Solon's progress. It doesn't like he needs to pit for long.
Oh.
But has he underfueled? Has he missed his soft stint? Maybe he hasn't gone on the softs. We've got a West wide again, unfortunately. That's going to kill his toe on Swoyle and maybe give Swoyle the breathing space that he needs. Oof! Where do we look? Quick roundup of the field while I've got a moment to do it. Tornroth, now in P13, nearly a minute off the pace. Maybe an incident there that we didn't see. Tobber in P12. Stinigadan, P11. Ravender P10, right on the heels of Solon, who's just come out of his pit lane. This is where Solon's true position is now. Ravender won't have as fresh of tyres, but I don't think that will stop him looking for a move at the end of the Camel Straight. Heavy braking. Hiding his time at the moment. Interesting to see. So Erdin has stabilised in 8th after having that really uncomfortable lap that saw him fall back. Scanningen. He's ahead of the train, but he's going to be under a lot of pressure here. Oh, that Porsche. A stable car, but still giving it the sideways kick. The next Porsche there of Tubber. In a bit of clean air. Throws it into Puon. Loads of confidence. West now in clean air, not able to stay with Swoyle, who clearly had the outright pace, but fair fight from West. He gave it everything. He's put some great moves on the camera there. T5 now in a very, very solid 3rd place. He's now got another position over West because of the battle with Swoyle. I don't believe it's enough points to steal the championship. I believe it's 1.2 few for T5 to take West's 2nd in the championship. If I've got this correct, I think I have, and I'm often wrong. And a Razor.
Solon move up another position. I think he overtook Sconningen.
Great spot. I would trigger a replay, but I have none, so we can only speculate as to what happened there. But it did look like when we saw Taba coming through that mid-sector, those Porsche tyres were starting to give on him, or he was just pushing that little bit over the car's limit. And yeah, it's given Solon. He's on fresh tyres, possibly on the softs now. No, he's on super soft, so I wonder if he was just short fueled. I'm not sure. Strange kind of strategy if it was, but maybe all that pushing through the field cost him slightly in the fuel run. He's had a mega exit, pushing the limits of the track here. Yeah, makes a clean pass. Porsche doesn't fight at this point. Tracks Solon through the right, left, right, really fast weight transfer. You're trying to throw the car, use maximum circuit, and it looks like job done here. 11 seconds up the road. We've got West. There might be a battle to look for between Tubber and Scanningen, the Porsches there. We'll keep an eye on that for you. It may be important now that we just keep an eye on the leaders. If there was one more car in the mix here, T5 Black has the opportunity to steal 2nd in the championship from West. However, Swoyle is 2.4 seconds behind, making ground. I think he's closing that gap, but that's an incredible amount of time to find in just over a lap. So, a lot of pressure on T5 there. It looks like a Razor is stable, keeping track of Virapelin, but Virapelin, strong contender here, onto the final lap, looking for the final set of points, more for pride than for anything. He is, if I can check the championship, he is 8th in the championship and has a chance to make some places here. This could boost him a couple of places from 8th, potentially up to 6th. I need to check the points score here, maybe even 5th.
T5 pitted.
T5 is pitted. Oh, well, that's changed everything. Is this a run
Why
onto
did he pit?
softs? Surely not. Are these guys short fueled? He's on softs. He hadn't used the softs. Oh, so everything we thought about T5 is wrong. He isn't going to be ahead of Swirl and
What is
West.
going on?
All the
Did
mathematical...
he put on softs?
He did put on softs. I believe. Yeah, racing softs. So
Yeah.
that has decided, bar mistakes, that gives West a clear run to second in the championship. A Razor doing enough for his championship here. He only needs to finish. That is his requirement here. Swoyle with a really strong run over West and T5. However, I don't think it's enough of a points gap to jump either driver. So he's looking...
No, I think both West and T5 are too close in the championship, and
Yeah.
also too far away in the championship, but too close to him in the race.
Exactly it. And I think that could give Swoyle a higher position in the championship, maybe 4th over Egerlanders, if my maths is correct. Because Egerlanders is not in this A final today. So he isn't competing for maximum points. I forgot to turn the music off.
Svoil is also missing quite a lot of points if he's placed himself, like previous races, quite high up. But he's missing a race, so he's only driven 8 races out of 9. So that's why he's not really competing for the top position in the championship.
Well, speaking of the top position, we're into the final corner. It's the last of 18 laps. It is Firapen, we've seen him clean out before. Events of this race have really fallen his way. Beautiful win, a championship for a Razor. Flawless, really, over 2 rounds. Dominant performance. He's gone pretty closely from last to first in that race. Not quite last to first. Oh no! Don't do it, Swoyle. How else could he end a championship? It's
Being a show-off.
sideways as you can be without being in the wall. It didn't backfire. West gets 4th. West, T5 in 5th, but not by much. They were still fighting to the end. Solon 6th without the incident. I wonder if Solon could have disrupted that championship a little more. Scanningen gets 7 in the Porsche. 8th as well for Tubber. 9th for Erdin. Great battling in the midfield. Couldn't watch all those battles because there was just a few too many fights going on. Try and track the last guys for you. And the Jags, Team Jaguars there. Stinigadan and Tobber there. Beautiful drive. Great job, guys. Loved watching it. And Tornroth rounds out the field and rounds out a championship. That was round 9 of what has been a pretty awesome series run by the Swedish Racing League. I've loved watching this. I've somehow maintained some vocal cords for you guys, so I'm thrilled to watch this with you. Thanks for staying around. Thanks for supporting the stream. I've got Mixtermaker, who's been in here for the last few rounds, and it's just awesome to watch. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that race. I'll let you have a go.
Yeah, it's so good to see these drivers. They're professional, well, not actual pros, but professional driving, super high skilled, and also clean drivers, and also quite a lot of fair play. You can see the incident with a racer, I think it was a racer, where he bumped Solon and he waited for Solon to regain his composure and then lost 2 seconds to Solon.
Really good memory
really
there,
good
actually.
And clean driving.
Yeah, and if, to be honest, that was maybe the beginning of the break in the battle, wasn't it? Because after that, we didn't see a Razor, we didn't see that really recover momentum. So, yeah, no crazy incidents, I don't think. We had a couple of near misses. We had a few sideways out of the chicane, including Swoyle's dramatic finish. Love to see it. Congratulations then to Firapen. Finishing time 41.28. A Razor, Swoyle, West and T5 Black round out that top 5. Top Supra there for T5. Would have loved to see what he'd done had he qualified. He was 1 place shy of the A lobby in the wet weather, so would have loved to see that battle with West go that 1 step further, and I think we might have seen that in that case. Solon, Scanningen, Tubber, Erdin and Gravender. They've made the top 10. Great driving. It's been great to watch these guys progress. Really consistent runners. Some new guys in the field today. So kind of been learning where their pace falls. Stinigadan just misses the top 10. Toba and Tornroth are absolutely awesome to watch. Thank you to everyone in chat who supported this. Been a real pleasure. Again, I'm going to say thank you to Hyperio. He's donated to the channel. Thank you. He says for your awesome work casting SRL. It's a pleasure. I'm really grateful to SRL, T5 Black, and to the TSR community who've kind of all helped myself and Mixter have the opportunity to come back and do this for you.
Yeah, and thank you for being a commentator in my stead, since I had school and a lot of things. So really appreciate it.
Not at all. Absolute pleasure.
And being a guest commentator has been actually really fun. Being two commentators, surprisingly fun.
It works well, man, because it gives me 3 seconds at a time just to work out where my head's at while you're observing the things I don't see. So, yeah, it's all appreciated. And, yeah, really enjoy the dynamic of it. I'm just going to say thank you to the drivers. Well done. That was a good race. I mean, I've said phenomenal and good. That's how much I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Double race, double
But these
well
guys
done.
are definitely worth it.
Agreed. And I hope the stream held together well for you guys. It's great to see you get excited about watching it. It's likely there'll be a week or two's break minimum. They usually have a summer break, but that may be shorter in light of sort of COVID still being live. They may have the time to restart the next series, sooner than planned. So
yeah, they're talking about making a I think they were talking about making a shorter, like usually during the summer they don't have a Group 3 season, but times are what it is. So they might, I think they talked about making a shorter season, but we'll see. We have a meeting also in the administration group, so we'll talk things through and see what we end up with.
well, I hope so. And I mean, according to T5, we've got every opportunity to carry on bringing you this racing. So I'm pretty encouraged by all the signs. I'm going to say congrats on the championship. Tried our best to track the points. And guys, everything I've said
And
about
drivers.
the points could be proven wrong. And the drivers. Holy, what a job. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
That was awesome.
Silver Arrow, thank you. He says thanks for the good race. Metalhead, GG on drivers, GG on commentary, much appreciated. Mr. Flynn enjoyed watching, says thank you. Hyperio says awesome job. Lots of GGs. And thanks to everyone for being part of the stream.
How many are watching?
We were up to nearly 30 at a time watching at one point. It
Wow.
fluctuates. A few have obviously tailed off now, but even to you who are still here now, there's a good 10 to 20 of you who haven't gone elsewhere. So much appreciation for your time watching, because Java as well, hello mate, thank you for staying around. It was a bit of an experiment to run this series, didn't know if it was going to work. Let's give you that cover screen just for a second. It needs some airtime. I made it for a reason.
Yeah, don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah, exactly. I love doing this stuff. We do it mainly for the love. It's how it all gets powered. But hopefully sharing it. I've streamed it through somebody's entire nap as well, so they've come out the other side seeing the results, mate.
Oh. Welcome.
Welcome back. Oh, hello Eric as well. But yeah, all I was saying is thank you so much for your attention and your time. Those who followed, Silver Arrow, your follow. Yes, Andrew, I think that is for the follow. Schedule for the follow. The guys who hosted, showed, and Hyperio with that donation. All the generosity here. Well commented, well raced. Thank you guys. Mr. Flynn, appreciate the time that you and the guys have given to bring us a race. Glad it's worth watching. Just relieved that it works. There's a few keyboard jams and a few confusions, but it's all part of the experience. Mixter's been helping me out massively to track the action and pay attention to what's going on. And if it helps you guys get excited about kind of, I guess, independently organised racing leagues, then that's what it's about for us, because we take part in them, we love them. And these guys deserve some airtime, because, I mean, that racing needed no apology. It was, yeah. I'm only just slowing down after that. You can probably hear me unwinding like a clockwork toy that's running out of energy. And blah, blah, blah. Anyway, guys, I should end the stream. I should give you all a break. I should give us a break. Mixter, we'll speak again soon, I hope. Let's talk about each series, and we'll probably recap on everything. So, thank you again, and everyone in chat, I'll see you in the week for a stream. Come join me. I'm usually in the car. If you're new to the stream, I'm usually driving in the game, but this is a rare opportunity to do something different, and glad it was good fun. I'll see you all later. Goodbye from me and goodbye from Mixter, and take care, guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.